Hi guys, it's Ryan here with Sigma Survival, and today's video is about Dave Canterbury's 10 C's of survivability. Well, kind of, it's about my additional 5 that are truly essential to survival, so stay tuned. Okay, so everybody's heard of the 10 C's of survivability, at least, you know, they should have, and if you haven't, we've got a video coming up on that soon. But basically, David Canterbury, a famous survivalist, bushcrafter, come up with this list of 10 essential items, and in my opinion, they're broken into 5 and 5. The 5 bare essentials: a cutting tool, most important, cordage, combustion device, a container to boil water and to cook, and cover from the elements. He then goes into 5 other sort of nice to have items: cargo tape, i.e. duct tape, cotton rag, canvas needle, a compass, and then there's probably some other item that I can't ever remember. I know there's another item that I can't remember. So Dave Canterbury's list of the 10 C's is great, but I want to talk about the 5 additional C's. This is a list that I've put together that can get you out of trouble in any sort of immediate threat: volcanoes, nuclear disasters, active shooter, whatever it is, guys. This list of 5 C's is also crucial to your survival. 5 C's: combative tool. If you need to defend yourself, you would trade every item on those 10 C's for a good combative tool. If you haven't seen my video on combat knives, check that one out. You know, a combat knife is way different to a survival knife in the way it's built. You know, it might be that you need a firearm or something like that. A compression device. Now, for first aid purposes, if you're bleeding to death, you need something that's either going to compress an artery and tourniquet a limb, or something like a compression bandage. Compression in general is a lifesaver. A carabiner, climbing grade carabiner that locks, that's rated for climbing purposes. With a carabiner alone and a bit of ingenuity, you can abseil off of pretty much anything or clip yourself in to something when you need it. It's also an improvised self-defense weapon. Comms, communications. This is super important. If you're in an immediate disaster response that you need to be able to get help soon, a radio, a ham radio, a phone, any sort of device that gets a message from point A to point B is going to be crucial to your survival. And then the 5th one is CBRNE. That stands for chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear. And then explosive is in brackets because that's how it can be spread. Weapons or threats, let's say. So COVID-19 is a good example of why people were wearing face masks and they were carrying hand sanitizer and gloves, etc., etc. If a volcano was to erupt, that sulfur that comes out and the ash can kill you pretty quick. Same with a wildfire, that toxic smoke can kill you. Nuclear event, you know, we live in unsteady times, you know, we never know when something's going to happen. You would trade every single one of those 10 C's for a gas mask if nuclear fallout was coming towards you. I guarantee it. But the one thing that I want to press with this video is that I'm not slating the 10 C's of survivability. I base my kit on Dave Canterbury's list, but I also carry or have available these items as well. So yeah, just something I wanted to bring up really. It's something that I don't see people talking about often, and it fits nicely in with Dave Canterbury's list as well. So I would definitely recommend having those 5 items. So that's it, guys. You know, that's the 5 additional C's of survivability. It's my own list that I've just adopted for my own use, really, and I think it could be useful for everyone to know. If somebody's coming at you with a machete, or, you know, there's a nuclear fallout coming towards you, or you're bleeding out, or you need to get a message to someone quickly, you know, all of these things are viable things to take into account. The 10 C's of survivability are absolutely crucial, but I feel like they're more crucial, generally speaking, for longer term survival. Doesn't mean to say they don't have short-term uses, of course, but like I say, you would trade every single one of those items for a firearm or for some body armor as well if there's an active shooter coming towards you and you didn't have a firearm and some body armor already. Or, you know, if you're at height and you need to abseil, you would trade every single one of those items in a heartbeat. I guarantee it, as a rock climber who has been in some pretty precarious situations at height, I would trade everything for a carabiner and a harness. If you don't have a gas mask, then just make sure you've got something to cover your airway. You know, I like to look at it principally, not like as a set rule. Like with the compression device, for example, you know, if you don't have a tourniquet on you, but you come across, let's say, a ratchet strap, or I don't know, an elasticated band or something like that, even a piece of rope that you can, you know, tie down onto a wound with, it's better to have and not need than to need and not have. But at the same time, like, you've got to be able to improvise these tools. Like, it might be that you have to find something like a piece of wire, like I did in one of my other videos, as a get back whip, as a combative tool. So it's all just, you know, I like to look at it from a standpoint of principles with everything I do in terms of survivability, because you just never know when you're going to need to improvise something. Anyway, like I say, I hope this was useful, and yeah, please let me know in the comments if you think I missed anything, if there's anything that you would add to that 5 C's. Obviously, you know, the rule is it's got to start with a C, but there are other items, of course, that could potentially be put in there, but they probably don't start with a C. But I think it covers a lot of bases, the 5 C's that I've put out there. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you think, and please do like and subscribe. It really helps the channel to grow. And yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time.